What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? Happy day today. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Bitcoin at $69,000 as of this morning. We'll take a look at what's going on. We're going to take a look at the weekly. We're going to take a look at the monthly. We're going to take a look at a gap in the CME futures chart. Okay, at the 1 hour though, so it's at a lower time frame. We're still going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at some altcoins, Able, Toshi, Miggles, and MSTR 2100. Interesting plays. Okay, some of them have broken out. A couple of them are one of them's in an accumulation zone, and one is possibly breaking out. So we're gonna take a look at all that stuff. Get the week started right. Crypto is where it's at. And so without further ado, let's do this. I don't care if 3 of you guys are watching. I'm giving you guys the best information out there. I don't know a YouTuber, and I know there's some big YouTubers. Their information is not as great as mine, unless they're insiders. And if they are, they're not giving you any inside information. Believe that. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the daily first, really quickly. 68,740. We did touch like a minute ago, 69,000. Okay, so we are going to touch this line right here. Are we going to break it when it come back down? Possibly. Let's take a look at some scenarios. Okay, but clearly in this triangle, this was Friday after the Saturday. I'm sorry. This was that was Friday. This red candle, and then Saturday, and then Sunday, and Monday we're starting off strong. Let's hope it continues. There is data coming out this week, so it could be a volatile week. But and I think some options are closing, so it could be volatile up or down. But my bias is towards the upside. This is showing a lot of strength. Let's take a look really quickly on this. There is a futures gap that has been identified between 68,000 and 75,800 more or less. Okay, right here, but it's on the 1 hour chart, so I don't know. But here's something that's interesting. I put these lines here a while ago, and I just realized there's this triangle right here, right? And if you add it to its natural, if you just bring it down here and here. Look at how funny that is. And look where Bitcoin has been spending its time, right at the end of this triangle, basically, and we're just right above it. So I think this the way this is breaking is towards the upside. All right, so that's pretty interesting to see. This is again on the CME futures chart. This is on the daily. Let's take a look at the gap at the 1 hour. So I mean, this triangle that we're breaking up towards the upside, getting out of it all the way towards the end, and this ends more or less around the 10th, 8th, 7th of November, all the way towards the end, and going up towards the upside. That's positive. But let's take a look at the only thing that right now that would be giving me pause on this chart is that 1 hour. Okay, there's the gap right here, as you can see. Okay, so I mean, could it be that we sometime this week, maybe we do a big wick, boom, big fake out, and then come back up? Possibly. Okay, quite possibly. So that's something to keep an eye on. This is good though. We'll put this back on the 1 day. And the other thing about that gap is it is on the 1 hour, but I mean, these gaps do tend to get filled. DXY, look at this. Looks like it is finally, maybe, just maybe, starting to consolidate. So that's good. Maybe a little sideways, more sideways, like I mentioned last week, sideways action before it starts dropping down. So that's positive. Good to see that. Let's look at Bitcoin on the weekly, okay? Because the week just closed on yesterday, Sunday. And this is also something that could be somewhat concerning. See this is last week how it closed. All right, could mean that this uptrend could be coming to an end. Could be that we come back down for a little bit, but I mean, again, it's the end of October, guys. I mean, the end of this week starts November, so maybe the first week in November, maybe we come down here, and then the rest, boom, get some more strength. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens this week if we can break it through. I think we should be able to at least make an attempt. 70,000 this week, right? Maybe spend a little bit of time before coming back down, before closing below this 69,179. Maybe this week go up and then come back down. Come back down into 67,000. We'd stay right in here, actually. We'd stay right in here, just maybe touch this triangle again, the bottom part, just to close that gap, and then just keep it moving either sideways, come back down a little bit more, or just stay in this triangle. We'll see. Let's take a look at the monthly really quickly, because that gap really has to Have to factor that in a little bit. So what I mentioned is I thought this looks really good, by the way. This is the monthly chart of Bitcoin. What I mentioned is maybe we see a stronger wick. We have seen a wick. Here's a little wick, tiny wick, but I thought maybe we'd see a little bigger wick. Okay, and the body closing below 69,179, and just above this ascending line right here, which would be more or less 66,000. Yeah, 67,000. So I mean, it would make sense for this week. Boom, come back up, then maybe have a fake out, come back down, close that gap, and then come right back up and kind of just close the week more or less where we are, maybe slightly a little lower, 68,000, right? And then November start finishing off, maybe do the wick right down, and then the body up here somewhere, up here. Finally, a body up above 69,000 in November. I'm thinking that's probably what it would look like, right, on a monthly chart. Okay, obviously in between, because dailies and weeklies, it could be different. We could see some volatility, but something along those lines. Okay, so get your buys in, guys. Get your buys in. Let's take a look at this in the daily again. 68,900. Do we break on through today? Interesting. Let's see. I'm gonna say yes. Things honestly are looking bullish. The Nasdaq isn't, but the market hasn't opened yet. So let's see how that opens. I'm sorry, the Dow Jones. This is the Dow Jones. This is the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq looks bullish. The markets haven't opened yet. I'm making this video super early. The S&P 500 just kind of sideways, but that's cool. Everything that actually still looks good. And the DXY again, maybe starting to consolidate, and maybe this is the top, and maybe eventually we start going back down, which would be great for Bitcoin and other risk assets. But Bitcoin is looking strong, guys. It could be probably going to have a volatile week, okay, because again, jobs data comes out as well. There is that CME gap, so we have to keep all that in mind. But I gave you kind of my idea of what's going on. Yeah, we could come back down here, but I don't know. The CME futures gap ends at 67, like right around here. So I mean, that means we stay in this triangle. No big deal. It doesn't mean that we drop too much. I mean, basically just oscillating, right? So it could be that we go up higher, fake out, reject, come back down, and then just keep it moving, oscillating. Okay. So I mean, in the short term, that's what it would look like, right? The daily, right? On the day to day, boom, up, boom, come back down, boom, boom, and then see you later. Body closing up here, body's closing up here in November, and things moving back up, people getting extremely bullish. Okay, there we are. So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. Altcoins. Let's take a look at altcoins now. Able. I'll take a look at it here. Actually, sorry. Let's take a look at others really quickly. 212. After this drop, look at that. We touched this line on Friday, and we just wicked, not even almost touched it, but let's say wick down, close to it again, testing it. Fine, no problem. Let's go back up. Let's see if from here we can start going back up. I think we will. We're gonna be all right. Now let's take a look at some altcoins. So Able, after spending time in this triangle, right? Saturday went up pretty strongly. It's pretty strongly, but it's done that before. So I mean, it could have been a fake out. But it was the end of the triangle. See, and towards the end of the towards the end of the triangle. So I mean, it has to make a decision, right? And it looks like it made a decision. Sunday, body finally closed above, and now after a higher pump on Monday, we are coming back down. No big deal. But I think we are finally out of here, and I think now it's going to start building a new structure. Does it come back down here at 0.010, 10 cents basically to test as this area of support? Possible, or maybe it just starts building up above here. But I mean, you had your chances to buy Able, guys, Apple, or whatever you want to call it, Apple, basically the parody of Apple. AABL is the ticker. You had your chances to buy here, especially down here where I mentioned, and you'd be happy right now at 12 cents. All right, so Able, but it's still a low market cap. I think it's going to do extremely well, but this was broken out. Let's see if you want to catch it on a retest or on a red right now where it is, because maybe, just maybe, it's going to continue to move up. All right, Toshi is another one. After this big drop, look, last couple of days, it could be a fake out. So maybe you wait for a red day to see if it comes back down. Does it come all the way back down here at 4092? I don't know. 3 zeros and 12 cents is where it's at. If Bitcoin keeps rising, this thing is going to also keep going up higher as well. So I mean, still maybe a little nibble, but those that had the guts to buy down here are pretty happy. are pretty happy. They're up right now. All right. Miggles is actually at a good buy zone right now. Okay, I think maybe we do touch 0.013, but it's at 0.014. I'd be nibbling all day. I'd be nibbling on Miggles all day long right here. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know that we go too much lower. Okay, but eventually the market makers are going to reverse course on this thing. So I mean, accumulate right here. This is accumulation zone before they start bringing it back up, guys. Keyboard cat. Maybe it starts playing right here for a little bit before eventually getting back up and starting moving back up. But 0.034, I'd be buying. 0.030, 0.029. I mean, it's dropped down as low as 0.0027. Okay, right now we're at 0.034. Still, I'd be buying. Okay, and one other one, MSTR. I'm pretty sure nobody's talking about this one, but it's a meme coin play, right? Parody. I mentioned it to you guys last week. And here it is, and it's been moving up. It's at a 29 million market cap, 2.8 million volume. All right, it's a new project. There it is, MSTR 2100 on Ethereum, but you can buy it on xt.com, right, to avoid the fees. And it looks just maybe that we can we're going to break past this area, $1.41. If we can break it, then it's going a lot higher. If it reverses, then it's going to come back down, and it's at honestly a great accumulation zone. Right, accumulation zone right here before eventually I think moving up higher. Interesting play. I like it. I think this one is gonna do well. This could be a long-term play, and by long-term I mean sell in 2025. All right, and I think that is it. We moved around some good information. Let's go back to Bitcoin. This was interesting right here. I would wait to see what's going on. I'd like to see a confirmation. If this is one that's interests you, wait for a body above it and then maybe start buying. If not, it's going to come back down and then just wait for it to drop back into this zone that it's doing, right? Into under $1, into 60s, 70s, maybe even 47 again. You never know. All right. But then I would definitely be buying. It seems like it's growing. It's growing and it's starting to get a strong community. Here's another one. I'll give you another one really quick. Ban. Okay. Comedian, Banana on Soul, a few days old. Okay, 23 million market cap, 33 million volume. Liquidity is at just under $1 million, and it's dropping right now. Okay, maybe it drops more, but I'd be nibbling. They just did a community takeover. Okay, the community takeover happened on the 27th, yesterday. Okay, but I've been watching it, and it seems like the people behind the takeover, the team, the people taking the lead in the takeover are really on it. The official ban only has 309 members, but I mean they get a lot of interactions. This is the 1,666 followers already, and that's growing. It was a lot less like yesterday. All right, pretty decent. I wouldn't put a huge amount of money in it, but it could be right now just a short-term play to see it go the other way. But I mean, it could end up being a long-term play because it's a meme that's just weird enough. I mean, I guess this is high art. Okay, I'm not a high art guy, but it's just a meme that's weird enough to might be worth a look. Ticker starts with what? I mean, I'm sorry. The contract NRP7N. I mean 9RP7N and ends with pump. Okay, band. That's the one. Right, because there's a lot of copycats and stuff, so you just got to be careful. So you got to make sure you have the right contract. All right, and it's on Sol. All right, and I think that's it. Now let's go back to Bitcoin, and we'll finish it off. Yeah, let's go Bitcoin. Let's see if we can break that today. I'm bullish. I'm very bullish. I just put quite a few altcoins on your radar. The breakout ones, obviously wait for red days, but the accumulation ones, Miggles is the only one. MSTR, maybe a nibble or two, and then just kind of wait for what direction that it's going to go. All right, because it's kind of right there. It's too early to tell whether it's breaking out completely or if it's going to drop. But I mean, if you feel like guessing and you think maybe it's going to break out, then it would be a good time to buy right now. All right, but just nibble. All right, don't put everything all in there, and just be careful. And ban, the other one, BAN is the ticker. That would be right now a short-term play. So let's keep a lookout for that CME. Let's see if it does break it. I mean, if it does come back and close that would mean that we get rejected at 69,179 or around 70, or it's just a fake out, goes up just above, gets everyone excited. People go in long, and then they bring it right back down, close the gap, and then just keep it oscillating in that triangle before eventually, I think later on this week, moving up. Let's see what happens. take it day by day. Okay, we'll leave it there, guys. If you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. I'm trying to grow this channel, and all that stuff really does help. With all that said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.